Mike, 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 Mike check. What's up, guys? How you doing today? All right, we got a lot to talk about. I'm going to do all the things right now that you need to do when you're tapping in. Like this video. Let me know where you're coming in from. I just put together my Pro Box parlay plus 300. I really like it. I got some insider information. I'll share it with the Discord boys. I'll put that stuff in the Discord. Join the Discord. The link is pinned here in the comment section right here. It gets you more access on these live streams. It gives you preferential treatment on the live streams. More importantly, it gets you into our pro betting private VIP Discord. Hopefully everyone's doing well. It's Thursday morning here in Sydney, 8 a.m. I'm going to be going live one more time today. We've uploaded the rematch between Gwynne and Vuong. Check that video out, my Stats Don't Lie video. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to another Stats Don't Lie video this week because I got a lot of stuff going on with my fitness business, and but I'm gonna be here doing the live streams. I've done 2 live streams every day since Monday. I'll be doing another one today and 2 more Friday. I have sparring on Saturday, so I'll be doing at least one on Saturday. We have Japan tonight. There's fights tonight. How degen are we gonna get, boys? How degen are we gonna get? As you guys are tapping in, I'll let you guys come through real quick. And then what I want to do is talk a little bit about, we're going to talk about the Pro Box card. Share this. Okay. What's up, Mar the Prince? How you doing? Mar is in the house. I'll say what's up to the boys first. OHIO. Yeah, buddy. Saw that cheeky NBA. Yeah, dude, that NBA parlay came about because of you boys. I was you guys filled me in on that. I guess there was some beef yesterday in the NBA, our Discord, and so I found out on my second live stream in the Discord we had Unknown and we have Alex beefing. So during that second live stream, I kind of put in a degen. I ended up putting this parlay. So when I bet NBA, I rarely ever bet it, but when I do a prop. I like props. So this was the Lakers versus the Clippers. I hit this yesterday. I think it was plus 1100. The big one was Luka. You know, Luka added a lot of value on this, scoring 35. He ended up dropping 24 in the first quarter. I was like, we're home free. And you guys know damn well on all these goddamn props, it was Ivica Zubac. He had 8 points with 4 minutes left in the fourth, and he goes to the free throw line, misses both free throws. I was like, that's it. And then he ends up getting a garbage offensive rebound and laid it in, and that ended up hitting. So that's what Mar is referring to. Yeah, it was a nice little hit. We'll get to business. We'll get back to business. Lloyd Hernandez. Lloyd, was that you? Lloyd, did you follow me on Insta? If that was you following me on Instagram, I'll follow you back. Just let me know if that was you. I think I get a bunch of requests there. I thought I recognized your name from my live stream. Sup, bro? Yeah, me too. Molly McCann. Guys, we covered Molly McCann's pro debut. I told you guys to take her. You guys were like, oh, she's making her pro debut. She's a UFC girl. I was like, no, she was a boxer. She was an Olympic level boxer. She was Olympic level boxer in the UK. Things that, she made a decision to go to MMA and had a pretty good run in the MMA scene, training at Next Gen with Paddy the Baddy. Liverpudlian. She's a Scouser. Scousers don't get knocked out. But she has decent hands. She is, this is a fight. They're building her brand there, right? The UK's smart. The boys are smart. The girls are smart. They're building her brand there. I agree with you. I like Molly McCann as well. What's good with it? Coach Bermuda's back in the house. We appreciate you. Coach, man, you got some fights coming up with your boys? You were spot on with Dev. Spot on with Dev. So I haven't seen you in one of my lives since last weekend. So yeah, I'm never I'm never disagreeing with Coach Bermudez again. Lloyd Hernandez. Yeah, all right, I'll give you a follow back. I'll do that right now, actually. And then we're going to get into, I'm going to tell you the Pro Box card. I want your guys' opinion. It's a plus 300 Pro Box parlay. We'll go MOV. I think I have a 3-legger. And what I'll do back, I think it's plus 300. Give me 1 second while I type this out. Plus 300, and we'll focus on this right now. Okay, let's pin that. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna focus on this Pro Box TV. There's some great fights on this card. There's some wide odds. It's gonna be really tempting for us to pick some underdogs. This parlay isn't that. I am going to pick at least one underdog on that card, but this isn't that. I'm gonna follow Lloyd. I just followed you back, brother. So that's me on the Grizzle. Guys, if you're on Instagram, if you're active on Instagram, it's actually one of the easiest ways to get a hold of me. I'm always responding back to messages. I built my Instagram following about a decade ago with my fitness stuff. So I do get a lot of requests on Instagram from fitness people. So if you're the boxing, I prioritize the boxing heads at this stage of the game. So if you guys are on there and you follow me on Insta, just let me know it's you and I'll follow you back. Let's get to business. I want to talk about this Pro Box card and the notes I've taken. So I was in my notes, I have the Chacon fight, I have the Soto fight, and I have the Justin Paldo fight. We're going to talk about the Chacon fight first. Okay, let me minimize this to give you guys a bigger screen. All right, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, and we're going to build this together. We're going to see the odds all, on this app. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm going to take Chacon as the dog. What I'm going to tell you, though, is he's never been stopped. He's tough as nails. Muhammad Yakubov on the money line, that's going to be, some guys' picks for parlay. The pick I like is Yakubov on points based off of Chacon being super durable. So this is my Pro Box method of victory parlay. It's around plus 300 on this app. I'm doing a UK parlay. So this is what you guys have to look forward to. I'm doing my obviously weekly long parlay with all the boys for all the fights. I'm doing a UK parlay with those fights. There's a couple different UK cards. I'm also throwing in the fights in the Netherlands on that parlay because I'm waiting for props to drop on Greatest Cross. Greatest Cross is a Dutch light heavyweight, 8-0, 7 stoppages. I'm waiting for that knockout prop to drop. And then I'm going to do a Pro Box money line parlay. This is the method of victory. So on my first pick, I like Yakubov by decision based off of how tough Chacon is. 160. The second one we're going to add to this. There's so much to talk about. There's so many fights. That's why we're going to do it. We're going to keep it in order real quick. The Mares versus Soto fight. So in my notes, Soto's the underdog. Now, there's a couple things to say. I actually may take Soto here, but that's not this parlay, okay? This parlay is based off of this fight's going the distance. So both guys are also super tough and durable. On a separate ticket, I'm probably going to pick a winner. On this parlay, I'm going to play it safe and take the fight to go the distance. It adds decent value to the ticket. So we have Badillo and Soto fight to go the distance, $1.32. We have Yakubov on points at $1.60. So that puts us at 211. And then I'm going to go down to Paldo versus Theron. Theron, both of these guys could crack. Both of these guys could punch. Some people are even high on Theron to upset Paldo. That's not my pick. Because Theron is tough, I'm actually taking Paldo on points here. So I'm taking the points. I don't think Nike's ever been stopped. Yeah, so it's plus 301. So 100 on this. 100 on this gets your money back plus 300. I'm going to make this official, and then I'm going to post it. I'll put this up on YouTube. I'll put this in the Discord. Yeah, so you don't have to tell. I'm just full transparency. This is how I'm rolling. Badillo versus Soto, fight to go the distance. Yakubov, points decision. Justin Paldo, points decision. Now, moving forward, moving on. That's a bit, and you know, I came with the reasoning for all that is based on a couple long conversations I had with Tommy, and from you know, him and Paulie have that show. Tommy was on my show last week, ran on, and you know, he's really opened my eyes in terms of like looking at the strategy of betting a little bit differently. And so I'm going to take that three-legger at plus 301 as my pro box method of victory parlay. And I'll give you guys the stage real quick before we move on because there's a lot to talk about. We're about 11 minutes in. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. Join the Discord. The link is pinned in the comments section. It's a couple bucks a month. Get in there. So they love Eddie says Soto to upset Badillo despite the draw of his last fight. Yeah, and I mean, the odds are in your favor. The odds are good there. I'm trying to I put right next to dude, right next to this fight, Eddie, I put Soto dog question mark. But then for the parlay, I think I already covered this. I might take Soto as well. I'm actually pretty goddamn close. I'm actually like 90% sure I'm taking Soto too. Super random question: Hector Garcia, Artem Harutnian, Robesi Ramirez, Otto Wall, and who do you see not to come back? I mean, Harutnian been in there. You know, have we seen Harutnian fight since Shakur? Robesi's done. It's Robesi 100%. I don't see Robesi coming back. Hector's a bit long in the tooth now, but I mean, after those two fights, after him being shocked the first time against Rafa, and then really the second time being out, you know, just psychologically outmassed, I was told that Robesi had retired. That Cruz versus Roach card is insane. Cool how the cards start with Roach and ends with Roach. Yeah, that card is insane. We got a lot to talk about on that card. What's up, high interest? Checking in. All right, we're gonna turn the page here now. Actually, I'll leave it on. A couple more questions are coming in about Pro Box. I'm not adding that fight on my parlay, but I can see the vendor. Yeah, this is another one. Like we have so much to talk about. Guys, I still have a Pro Box parlay I'm going to give you guys. That was just my method of victory. If anything, so he's referring to Elijah Clarke or Elijah Pierce versus Lorenzo Parra. Yeah, we're not getting any props. I'm waiting for knockdown props to drop. I think Lorenzo is a live dog here. I don't trust Elijah Pierce. I don't trust his chin. I don't trust his durability. If anything, I'm waiting for a knockdown props to open. We'll see if that happens. There is slight money coming in on Parra. Okay. So after much debate, just so I could clear the air, I don't expect all you guys to catch every single one of my live streams. All right, I don't expect you guys to catch every one of my live streams. So if you would have caught the first live stream earlier in the week, I was talking about Samuel Molina, Spanish fighter. You know, he had been stopped against Harutnian, and then, you know, he has a couple very close majority decision losses. He has 3 losses. He's only 24 years old, and I was kind of favoring him in this matchup against the 36, 37-year-old Mean Machine. After much consideration, the boys in the Discord sharing Molina's the fight tape that we could find on him, the variables such as this fight is in Lithuania, Mean Machine's world level experience. I don't think he's completely done and dusted. I like you know, I'm definitely going all in on Mean Machine on the money line here, and $1.38 actually is nice odds. So, and the thing you have to be hesitant on, and this is why I never use the word locks when I'm talking about these fights, is the thing you have to be hesitant on is that age. We have seen in the past fighters overnight looking old, but as of late, it's actually been the opposite. We've seen as of late fighters who are old turning the clock back. Jazza Dickens, uh, Francisco Rodriguez, Nonito Donaire. I mean, it's just time and time again. We're seeing that happen more and more than the other way of seeing guys turning old overnight. So I think Mean Machine is the safe bet there. Coach Bermudez, my guy. Appreciate you. I'll be in Australia soon, my guy. Oh, dude, you're gonna be in Sydney. Let's link up. Let me know what gym you're gonna be at. Let me know where you're doing your local training at. I'll stop in, man. I'll get you on camera because I live like bro. I live like 3 miles from the city. So keep me posted, man. You should send me an email or just message me here. I'll link up with you. I'll bring my gym stuff. I'll at least film some good content for you guys. I'll film some good content for your boy and interview him. I'll put him on the YouTube channel. You let me know. Thank you for the super chat as well, Coach. I wonder what some of these fighters do. I think they listen to R. Kelly's "Turn Back the Hands of Time," and they, jokes. He drops Sissoko. Mm-hmm. True. I got Mean Machine. I think his pressure and punch placement is better. Let's continue on our journey of our long parlay. Okay, so this is the UK long parlay. Mean Machine 1. Molly McCann 2. She's fighting Ebony Cotton. Decent name for her second pro fight. Now, you guys have been, this is another fighter about aging overnight. People have been saying Zelfa Barrett at 32 years old is done. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. People were talking about Liam Dillon as a dog here. I don't think so. I'm taking Zelfa. Maybe that's emotional, but I mean, I don't see Liam Dillon beating Zelfa Barrett. Jack Massey. You should recognize Jack, you Aussies. He had a feature fight. I'm not going to put anything. You know what? I'm not going to put anything under 110 on here. But I do like Jack to win here. I do like Bowen to win here. This is Bobby Dalton versus Kadua fight. I got to do tape on this. I was asked about this fight. This fight just got featured down here. So this is on Sunday. Yeah, I got to do more work. If anybody has tape or has an opinion on Dalton versus Kadua, let me know. Huey Furry. Yeah, guys, I'm not messing with anything under $1.10 for the long parlay. Here's another fight. You guys messaged me about Bradley Goldsmith and Jordan Dujon. People are saying that they're like, watch his tape. Bradley Goldsmith should be on upset alert. I haven't watched the tape. Fran Hennessy, this should be a nice feature with Fran. She's a nice little prospect, young prospect. She's above $1.10. She's going on my parlay. I told you Greatest Cross. This is a Dutch fighter, fights out of the Netherlands. He's a light heavyweight. He's 8-0 with 7 knockouts. Those odds aren't juicy enough to put on the parlay. I'm waiting for prop odds to drop. If we could get Greatest Cross by stoppage, that's going to be my play. But as of now, I'm not playing it. Cameron Vuong, I taped both of these guys. This is a rematch. The Stats Don't Lie video is up if you missed it. I like Cameron Vuong in this fight. Gwynne is going to be 35, 36 years old. I think Vuong, sharper work, classier work, the better boxer. They have shared the ring before, 10 rounds. It was close. I don't think it was a robbery. Since then, Cameron Vuong has left his OG trainer up in Manchester, Jamie Moore, and he's gone to train with Ben Davison. I told you guys this in my breakdown. The reason why that's relevant is because for multiple fight camps, Ben Davison is the coach of Barney Smith and Royston Barney Smith, and they would bring Gavin Gwynne down to Essex for multiple fight camps to be Royston Barney Smith's training partner. So you got to think Ben Davison has the read on Gavin. He probably also, is going to make some proper adjustments after seeing the first fight, how close it was. These guys have shared the ring. You mix that with the youthful energy, the adjustments, and the precision. I think that Vuong won't take as many risks and won't let Gwynne, lock him down as much later in the fight. I expect his endurance to be a bit better, and I do like Vuong here at $1.36. Fraser Clarke, guys, remember, this is just my long parlay. These are not method of victories. I like a couple prop bets on a couple of these fights. We're just doing we're just doing money line. This puts us, I like Fraser Clarke. This is a 6-legger. Ben Whitaker to $1.06. I don't like those odds. If anything, if I could get him on points, there we go. Damn, they're expecting Whitaker to knock him out. That's wild to me. Whitaker's not really the biggest of punchers, and 450 just jumps off my goddamn screen. That's insane. I'm gonna give me a day on this one. Those odds are, I think, way. I mean, Ben Whitaker's not the biggest a puncher, and Gavazzi is a goddamn. Didn't Gavazzi fight at light heavyweight before? Gavazzi's a bigger dude. This is crazy. So, what do they think? Whitaker's going to use his volume and get one of those UK special stoppages? I I didn't. Obviously, I haven't looked at these odds today. I was definitely going to think Ben on points, but those odds look way too good to be true. I'm gonna give me 24 hours before I make my decision on that. But I didn't see Ben Whitaker stopping Gavazzi. 450, dude, on points. That sounds way too good to be true. It's making me second guess. Maybe I missed something. So give me time. I'll come back to that. Your feedback is appreciated as well. Charlie Sheehy versus Keys. I taped both of these guys. Sheehy should be money here. Keys, there's a lot of holes in Keys' game, and Sheehy has it. He's gonna be the A side. He has a lot of upside. When I was watching Keys' tape, man, it just seems like he's there for the pickings. And that takes us to, so this right now, this will probably increase by tomorrow with options. But right now, those are the 7 money line fights I like. And obviously, with my long parlay, I always play a little bit more safer because I leave the dogs for a separate ticket. Okay, just if you're new to the channel, this is why we do it. We give you multiple options every week in the Discord. You're getting at least 5 or 6 of my bets. This 7-legger on the money line in the UK, it is a plus 300. So it just shows you the odds are a little wide. Plus 300 here, plus 301 at Pro Box, and now we can leave it. You know, we are about approaching 25 minutes. I'll give the mic to you boys and see. I'm going to start answering all your questions, but that's where I stand with those. Let's see where we at. I got Me Machine as punch placement. I got Me Machine. I think it's pressure punch. Yeah, all of that. All of that. His world level experience, his him being at home. This actually, this fight, the dude doesn't want to retire. You know what I'm saying? I always say that there's certain matchups where when guys are aging, where you have to ask yourself when you're thinking about betting on them, why are they still fighting? Whether this is his, you know, homage to his fans, this is what maybe it's his coup de grace. Maybe he still thinks he could be in the picture. But if he beats Molina, Molina has a good record. You know what I mean? It will put him in a position for another big fight. So who knows? You know, I'm leaning on the fact that he is fighting with that same desire. Definitely do that, man. Definitely do that. It'd be cool to meet up. Sent from Pat. Terrell Gachet, Sandor Martin, Artem Harutyan, Michael Hunter, Petro Ivanov are some guys out. Same. I'm a big Gachet fan. I like Terrell Gachet. I think he's class. I saw him. You know, he dropped Tim Zoo. Terrell Gachet, a dude who isn't known for his pop. Terrell, people don't give him the flowers. I mean, Olympian, we know that. We know about his amateur career, and we know what he's done and accomplished in the pro game. But catching Tim on the way in like that, I'm pretty sure Gachet was the first to drop Tim. Maybe Tim got dropped earlier in Australia. Maybe that was the first time. Either way, Gachet fought him tough. Sandor Martin, man, not like a lot of casual fans maybe won't recognize that name or appreciate his style. But talk about a guy who is 1 or 2 swing rounds away from being a world champion. Talk about a guy who was up on the cards against Alberto Puello, who fought Teofimo really, really well. A lot of people said that fight was too close to call. With that style, it's almost like he frustrates me as a coach because Sandor Martina is a guy, when I watch him fight, he does a lot of things well. It's kind of like this. I don't want to say he psychologically turns off at the end of each round, but watch how many close rounds that are scored against him in the last 20 seconds. We counted. Well, I did a video about this like a year ago after he fought Alberto Puello. But yeah, Harutyan too, man. Harutyan has class. People in the Discord were trying to shade Artem Harutyan for stopping Molina. I'm like, dude, Harutyan's a solid fighter. Michael, the body snatcher. I think Hunter's fighting soon. I'm pretty sure Michael Hunter's fighting soon. No, nothing in the books. Nothing in the books. The bounty. Vuong by stoppage. Are we getting props there? $460. Cowboy. Julius, I mean, you think Gwynne is just going to fade? Gwynne's the pressure forward guy, or do you think it's going to be one of those sort of Tiger Johnson versus Nick Flash sort of deals? If Vuong is who he thinks he is, he has good timing and he's sharp. I like his backhand. I could see that. Is that what you're seeing, Julius? Sort of like how Tiger caught Flash? Interested to see how Lazaro, Francisco Lorenzana versus Luis Cuba how come everybody? Did you guys see? I don't see this fight on my books. Lorenzana versus Arias. This is the second time this fight got mentioned. Yeah, not on my books. Cotto beat my mate's brother last fight. He looked good. He trains with the Yards team. Okay, so this is why the boys were asking me about him. I'm gonna bring those odds up. So Kiza, are you leaning there? Those odds are close, man. Cotto is a slight favorite, but it's pretty much a 50-50. Tell me about Bobby Dalton. I don't know much about these guys, and this is where I know Kiza's in the UK. I need to bring one of you UK boys on who are like, in the trenches with some of these UK boxers that come on the live and preach game a bit. You guys are always welcomed. Clarke versus TKV under 10.5. You think that I could see that, or unless it turns into a jab and grab festival. You know what I mean? We've seen I'm always hesitant with fringe domestic heavyweights at this stage of both of their career picking the stoppage. Because the one thing about heavyweights that people sleep on, an aging heavyweight knows how to survive. If you're still fighting in the pro game in the heavyweight division past your like early to mid 30s, you know how to survive. You're crafty. No one's craftier than an old aging heavyweight. You know what I mean? So I always have to think about that when I'm picking stoppages with sort of these sort of journeyman heavyweights. Pete Dobson. Nice, man. He fought Connor Ben pretty decently. He did. I know it might have been Connor's first fight back since the eggs, but he did fight him well. And Pete was supposed to fight. His fight fell through. He had another featured fight. Pete's a good dude. I follow him on the gram. I think he's a fireman. I'm not getting odds on his fight either. Is that this weekend? I didn't know that. Do you remember what's up with Ray Vargas? It's been near to the 2 years since he has fought. I remember him when he had a belt. I don't know, man. Guys, boxing's a brutal sport, man. It's the most brutal sport. It's why we shouldn't shade any fighters for losing or getting knocked out. He's 35 now, mate. Ray's 35, inactive. Yeah, we haven't seen him since that draw against Nick Ball. He drew Nick Ball, and then has that L against Shockey, Maxio. He was fighting everybody. Beat Kameda. Yeah, people forget how good Ray Vargas was. Tipkin, what's up, playa? How you doing? Randall Light, my guy. What's crack-a-lacking? What did I miss? Mankey crazy. Who Mankey? Why do you mean? I'm curious. No, not the guy who fought Benavidez and Better Be of Whitaker fighting someone. I missed something there. What are you guys tripping on? What card is this on? Jesus Sriracha. What card is this Pete Dobson fight on? in Pakistan. What the hell? That's insane. I mean, I don't. When's the last time we saw a fight in Pakistan? Hey man, make your money, player. Make your money. You already bet on the Japan. No, I'm waiting. You know what? While we're here, big dog, while we're here, let's do it. Now that I got you here, guys, there's a D-Gen ass two-leg parlay in Japan today. Super. You know what? For the boys who don't really bet, just go. You know, just leave right now, boys. For the boys that like respect the game and like come to the channel for a nice educated chat, a perspective that is I work on being as educated as I can be, non-emotional. Sometimes we get out of pocket. But for those boys who respect the game, I ask you to leave now because you're about to see a super low-level D-Gen two-leg parlay on my end on a D-level domestic Japanese card. Am I trying to get it the get back with the get back from 2 nights ago? I'm probably trying to get it back, especially because of my flip flop on Reese Salim. That one hurts. I flip flopped on Reese Salim. I put the Reese Salim flip flop in the same category as the Seb Fundora flip flop in the rematch, and so I took a lot of money out of my pocket 2 days ago by flip flopping. And I saw Reese fight live. I knew that was my reasoning. It's the classic Johnny Stofko flip flop. The Johnny says flip flop. So anyway, doing my research, we have a domestic D-level Japanese club card today that on Bet365 you could bet on. I actually saw Nath fight in Australia before. I thought he got locked up. That's a crazy bit. So these fights start in a few hours. Nath Wachuku versus Midorikawa. I swear I thought Nath got I thought he got sent up the way. But he's fighting. I like Nath here. Nath on points. I swear he got. Why did I think he got locked up? Anybody? This is Nath. He's fighting. Yeah, I saw him fight Wade Ryan. I was at that fight, the Wade Ryan fight. Kudos. So look, just enter at your own risk, boys. That's all I'm saying. Bet this at your own risk. I don't want look, I don't want any praise when this hits. And don't hate on me if it doesn't hit. That's a fair point, right? So I'm gonna start saying if this hits, don't thank me. This is a DJ. I'm telling you, don't bet. Don't bet this. This is a DJ in 2 leg. Don't bet it. If it hits, don't thank me. And I'm telling you, if it loses, don't bet it. I'm telling you, I'm betting it because I'm trying to get the get back from the get it back because I need to get it back. All right, let's get back to business. So I like Nath, probably on points. I ain't signing in, player. I ain't signing in. So 240, Nath on points. And then Kajino versus Narai. And I'm taking Narai by knockout. So Narai by knockout. So Nath on points. And this is answering my boy from the Philippines, my boy Lloyd. Nath on points. And Narai by stoppage. This is my play. I'm just catching up to the chat. So this is my play. It's a D-Gen ass play. Hopefully your books don't have this. I'm hoping you guys don't have this, so I don't have to hear about it. And when it hits, I don't want any flowers. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, this is the safest. That's the safest money line. But I'm out here. I hit. I hit that NBA. I hit that NBA boy yesterday, so I'm trying to go on that double boy. I hit that NBA, that 10-legger yesterday, so I'm gonna, you know, that old. Yeah, there's some safe bets. Nath, Connor, Van Light. I can see it. I can see it. I never saw a Pakistan meme, bro. No one blames for taking a leave. Yeah, but mate, he came out there and did his business. Yeah, so we all need a hug. Give me a hug. You saw the dude he's fighting boxer. He smells like an early knockout. See, we got some savages in this group. Not high on Whitaker, but it's a feeder fight. I sacrificed my life for Pakistan. What did I miss? I sacrificed. Do you want me to Google it and bring the meme up? I sacrificed my life for Pakistan. Who's seen that meme? Let's try to find it. Hold up. I'm not trying to offend anybody up in here. I see it on the screen, Manny. Is it one of these, Manny? I'm not highlighting this stuff, but I'm gonna get back to business. I'm gonna go back to the safety zone and talk to some of the boys about the bets. History Vault, can you go over the Japan parlay again? History Vault, I don't want you betting on the Japan parlay. Take Nath. I'm taking Nath on points and Narai by stoppage. Right here. This is my bet. This is my two-legger. Nath on points, Narai by stoppage. Don't give me credit if it hits. Don't clown me if it doesn't. That's all I could ask. I'm telling you, I'm chasing from losing 2 days ago. You don't have to chase. You guys don't have to chase. We're gentlemen in here. We button our shirts up. You know, I wear bow ties if you ever see me dressed up. You know, I'm a bow tie guy. And we keep our chin down. We respect our people. And we go on. We move forward. You guys aren't supposed to be chased. Let me chase. I ain't saying I'd have did it, but I understand. Crispy Chris in the house. What's up, playa? I ain't coming to. You better knock on Crispy Crisp's door when you come to his crib. Bro, I said Reese was a live dog. I didn't bet it. Show the D-Gen 2-leg parlay. Ask and thou shalt receive. Keyshawn versus Night here too. Keyshawn never fought Night here. What am I tripping on? I got in an argument with someone about this. I'm pretty sure Keyshawn fought his brother. I watch way too many fights. I watch way too many fights to where the shit gets cloudy. Why did I think that it was... No, he fought Night. Why were people in the chat saying they never fought? What did I miss? Oh, no, that was it. It's a technicality. See, this is why the boxing fans, you can't get anything by boxing fans. The first one ended, fight changed from a Davis majority decision to a no decision. So this actually doesn't even show up on the records. So because that fight went to a no decision, people were given whoever was making the memes online, they were giving them shit because they were like, this isn't a rematch. But even though it is a rematch, but these are the same people who say that Devin didn't lose to Ryan. I get it. That was the controversy. Okay, I'm all in on Mean Machine, Mankey. I taped Molina. I saw enough to see what we got in the Discord of Molina. Based with the facts of Mean Machine, it's at home for him. I think Mean Machine still is who he is, and his punching, his world level experience, man. I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be too much for Molina, so he's on my parlay. That hybrid joint, it's coming. I don't think we got. I don't think we got. Do we got them? I thought UFC is December 6th. Yeah, we got UFC next week. Not this week, next week. We'll do it. Yeah, Nahir fought Keyshawn and Kelvin. That's what I thought. Wu gave him problems, but Davis popped for weed. My books don't got it, but I'm bet at 365. Take the under on Whitaker. Damn, so Julius, you're hell bent on Ben stopping him. That big German, I don't think he's ever been stopped. And Whitaker's not a puncher. Tell me why. Why do you think Whitaker stops him? Sell me. To be honest, I still don't understand how cocaine and stuff like that is considered PD when you're boxing. You're not supposed to take those things. Okay, how cocaine and stuff. Well, cocaine and stuff like that is considered. Well, cocaine in small dosages, so not just cocaine. I'm actually. Cocaine is categorized as a stimulant. Okay, so it affects the central nervous system, it increases the heart rate, and in small doses, it allows you to focus and increase concentration and mental acuity. But also, so does caffeine. Caffeine's a stimulant, coffee. All of those things I just said about cocaine in small doses, caffeine does the same thing, and so does nicotine. So I don't think cocaine is a PED. I've never read anything about that. And recreational drugs like cocaine and cannabis aren't. Did I miss something? One of those, but PEDs are more like testosterone, any exogenous testosterone, HGH. I think what's the one that used to be used for? It used to be categorized as an amphetamine, but now it's categorized as a nootropic. Um, they use like fighter jet pilots use it for long flights. They stay focused in. Modafinil. I think modafinil might be a PED, but that's only because when it hits the blood-brain barrier, it's not categorized as a stimulant. It's categorized as a enhanced nootropic. But I don't think cocaine is. I could be wrong. I'm not right about everything. Mervin, what up, Johnny? Here's my parlay. Me Machine, Vuong, Clarke. Shit. Yeah, I'm playing that. I'm playing that, and I added a couple legs. That's a nice little UK parlay. I've added Fran. I put Fran on that, and I also put. So it's 7. I posted. If you go to like the 10th minute, what I'll do, guys, is I'll cut up. I did a UK parlay already earlier on the show. I'll cut it up and I'll post it in the Discord. He has fought for like 98% in Germany and arguably only had 2 fights with someone with a proper record. He got some pop, though. I got to do some more. Notice how big he is, too, though. It's hard for me to think Whitaker is going to stomp a guy who's naturally bigger. He's fought at light heavyweight before. Whitaker doesn't have one punch pop. He's more of like a tap, tap, tap sort of showboat, flashy guy. He wastes a lot. So if Whitaker's going to get him out of there, it's going to be early. So Julius did say that. And it is gambling for a reason. So if you are taking Whitaker by stoppage, I would listen to Julius and take him early. He's not known for a big puncher, though. Is this true? This is why you gotta love the chat. Give the chat some love. Y'all motherfuckers gorgeous out here. Give the chat some love. I didn't even hear about this. I love when we get breaking news up in here. Breaking. Subaru Matias's Austrian levels below threshold. Title defense could proceed. January 10th. Let's go, Subriel. Let's go, baby boy. All right, here we go. Reported by Mike Coppinger, another guy who talks trash about pro fighters who can't fight. Subaru Matias's Austrian levels below threshold. Title defense could yet proceed. January 10th says New York State Athletic Commission. The Subaru Matias Dalton Smith fight could proceed January 10th as planned, pending review and further testing of the WBC junior welterweight title holder. The New York State Athletic Commission said in a Tuesday statement via the ring. Matias delivered an adverse analytical finding November 9th following a VADA test under World Anti-Doping Agency guidelines. In other words, WADA. Ostarine is classified as a non-threshold substance. Therefore, any detectable amount triggers an adverse analytical finding. The NYSAC, however, considers the presence of ostarine abnormal at levels greater than 0.1 nanogram milliliters. Matias's A sample was measured at 0.085 nanogram, which is below the threshold. The New York State Athletic Commission said Matias has been cooperative with the commission thus far regarding this matter and is subject to additional testing and review. La da 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 da. Ostarine is a selective androgen receptor modulator that attaches to proteins in the body and effectively tells muscles to grow. It is used to aid performance by helping athletes build muscle mass and enhance their rate of fat loss, and also to increase stamina and recovery ability. It has been on WADA's ban list since 2008, and in 2022 was listed by the organization as an anabolic agent. Lucian Butte tested positive for ostarine in 2016 following a draw with Badu Jack in their WBC super middleweight title fight. The result was changed to a DQ win for Jack. Amir Khan was handed a 2-year ban by UKAD after he tested positive for ostarine following his 6-round TK loss to Kell Brook in 2022. No mention from Ryan Garcia. All right, Ray. They just threw Amir Khan under the bus. Lucian Butte got hit with strays. Nothing about Ryan. All right, good news for Subaru. Keyshawn had wheat. That's why. Okay, so that's weird. I mean, this is Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz lost 10 years of his career for cannabis in a state in which it was legal. So cannabis I had a cannabis card in 2004 when I was living in Long Beach, California. I would stand up paddleboard to my weed doctor. I lived on a neighborhood in Long Beach, California called the Peninsula on 62nd Place. And across the peninsula, on the peninsula, we had these canals, and there's a beautiful little neighborhood called Naples. It's literally right on the LA County, Orange County border on PCH heading into Seal Beach. And in 2004, I went to Venice Beach. I said I had back pain. The doctor said I need a backiotomy. And they gave me a cannabis card, medical cannabis card. So I had to find, just happened to be this cannabis clinic on Naples Island. So I would stand up paddleboard to my weed doctor back in the day. When I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. And in California, it was legal if you had a card, right? Nick was fighting in Vegas, Nevada, which Nevada is super, like, there were this sounds sort of conspiratorial, but there was a time in Las Vegas where cannabis on the streets of Vegas on the boulevard would be looked down upon worse than cocaine. And that was coming from the top down because in Vegas, people wanted the casinos wanted the people to stay up all night. This is why oxygen is pumped in to the casinos. It's why the temperature is kept at a certain degree. It's why there's no clocks. And so there's instances after instances in Vegas where you would get caught with weed and would get a way more worse citation than you would with cocaine. This was years ago. But so he fights in Vegas, test positive for weed, and basically the UFC bans him for like a decade. It was freaking horrible. So these sort of laws state by state are effed up. I don't agree with any of it. Keyshawn is I wouldn't call Keyshawn a dark horse. Keyshawn is that dude. I'm high on Keyshawn Davis. I'm a fan of Keyshawn Davis. The businessman is here. I'm glad Keyshawn went up to 40. I think there's fun fights at 40. I just hope the boys at 40 don't eat themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to say. It's hard to actually say what I really mean because there's a lot of good fights in between 40 and 47 that I want to see before guys have these wars. You know what I mean? Like, think about like the war Mason just had, the war Abdullah just had with Sam. super fan friendly. You got to leave that fight being fans of both guys, no matter who you cheered for. Like, I'm high on Sam Noakes after seeing that shit. There's no way you could be a boxing fan and watch Sam versus Abdullah and not leave a fan of both guys. But my point is actually this. I don't want to see Abdullah fight like that every fight. At 21 years old, you only have so many of those fights in your career. And he is so talented and skilled that he could fight a different way. Now, does it tap into a different primal thing within me and us when we see a guy like Abdullah? Hell yeah, dude. But, you just gotta, I want to see that kid have a long, successful, illustrious career. And so we'll see if he makes adjustments. At 35 and 40, man, or at 40 and 47, the fight that I want to see, I want to see Gary Antoine Russell fight Devin Haney. That probably won't happen anytime soon. The games that Bill play, Bill is give Bill Haney his goddamn flowers. That dude, from an entrepreneurial perspective, from a business perspective, from a marketing perspective, and Bill isn't old. Bill's like my age. Bill, you better get used to Bill. Bill's gonna be around a while, and so he's a master of what he does. So it looks like it's gonna be Devin versus Raleigh to unify. Now back to Keyshawn. Keyshawn, vacates his belt at 35. That's why the belt was up for grabs, Sam and Abdullah. Keyshawn goes to 40. He's being paired with Nahir, which is a nice little fight at 40. Dude, don't get it twisted. Nahir Albright's a nightmare for people. Nahir Albright, man, he got a little class to him. Crafty, awkward, got a dog deep down in there. Like, that's a fun fight. I don't think the UK will appreciate that fight. I mean, maybe Australia. I don't think there's many Aussies like me down here. I mean, how many Youngstown, Ohio boys are living in Australia reporting on international boxing? I don't think there's a lot of us down here. If there is, I'd like to meet you. But the Americans know about Keyshawn versus Albright. That's going to be a fun fight. From there, what is it? Keyshawn versus Antoine Russell? Did they reschedule Antoine Russell versus Hiroka? I mean, this is what these divisions get me excited. 40, 47, 54, 35. This is kind of the meat and potatoes of it. Sent from Pet. Javier Herrera, Tito Mercado. I hope they get, two great names here. I'm a fan of both guys. Abdullah will get stopped. Yeah, great fight. I agree. Javier haven't fought since the Nick Ball versus TJ Diney fight. He had his aura calling out. Shakur saying he's not a baby, then disappeared. I forgot about that. Good memory. Oh, so hold on. So they moved GAR and Hiroka to. So that I didn't know that. So that whole undercard just transferred to Paul and AJ. I didn't know that. Good looking out on that. Because when you go to I mean, how fun is this though, guys? On some real shit, I just gotta be real with you. How fun is this? What we get to do? Sit here and shoot the shit about boxing. Like, I freaking love what I do, man. I thank you guys. We're almost an hour and 35 people in here. I say thank you. I remember doing these live streams with two people. I remember doing these live streams with two people, and one of them was like my mom. Mom, get your ass out of here. See, it's not official. It's not coming up. I looked at this yesterday. I was waiting because his fight with on the Paul Tank undercard was official. I hate. You know what? I'm not even gonna do it. You see what I did there? You see how I navigated this? Yeah, it's not. It's not on the Paul card. You got Bumgarner versus Baudouin. Sugar Neeks versus Gallier. Well, that's a fight. That's a fight. I didn't know that fight was on that card. Yocosta versus Bustillos. That's a fight. Dude, there's some good fights on this card. Jake Paul versus AJ. I will never bet on Avius Griffin again. Jesus, I hyped that kid up. I had all the hype when he signed with MVP and, being Bud Crawford's sparring partner and the Omaha connection and a little bit of this and the training with Lester Martinez. And then we watch him. He had that feature and he just kind of laid an egg. Anderson Silva. All right, I gotta be real. So one of my boys who makes a living off of gambling, he sent me a message about Anderson Silva versus Tyron Woodley. I was like, dog, man, I'm not, even if it's a lock, I am not betting on that fight. Tyron Woodley, UFC Hall of Famer, real legit, not a boxer. Have we seen him since he got knocked out cold? He's up there in age too. You respect Tyron's UFC game though. You better put flowers and respect on his name as a MMA Hall of Famer. There was a time where nobody wanted to fight Tyron Woodley. Look at what he did. But as a boxer, I'm cool. I'm real cool. Yeah, he's in his 50s. I'm in my mid 40s. We the same age. We be round as shit. GAR will be moved to PBC January 31st of February. Okay, I thought it was off. Yeah, see? Yep. That's why the chat. See, we educate each other out here. It's not one-sided. I heard the fight was going to happen in January. Wish it would have. I mean, would we have? I don't think we would have been able. Oh, the Japanese card, that samurai card. Good call. Let's pull that joint up. It's a good call. Oh, here we go. Same. I'm never betting on him again. Okay, it wasn't just me then. I bought it. Okay, it wasn't just me. Yeah, they had us in our feelings. So this is the card December 27th. There it is. So you got Inoue versus Picasso, 12-rounder. Nakatani versus Hernandez, 12-rounder. Great fight. Taraji, dude, don't sleep on my man Willabaldo, boy. Don't sleep on my boy Willabaldo. Willabaldo Garcia Perez versus Taraji. I love how he just dug himself out and put himself in another world title shot. Versus Taraji. Jazza, dude, Jazza Satsumi. Jazza was a 6-1 dog in Turkey against Badagaziev. Look at, he puts himself in this position. You have no idea how much they wanted Satsumi versus Badagaziev, and Jazza was like, hell no, hell to the nah, hell no. I'm not only gonna beat your boy, I'm gonna stop him and put that old man energy on that ass. Jazza Dickens. Imanaga versus Martinez Rabi, and then Satsumi versus Sanchez, 6-rounder, the young buck. There you go. Guys, I'm going to lock it up. Do you mind if I stroke you up? Happy Thanksgiving, guys. It's Thanksgiving here in Australia. I forgot to tell you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. It's Thursday here in Australia. We don't have pumpkin. Dude, the worst thing about living in Sydney for me is there's no pumpkin pie. You can't even make it. Restaurants don't do it. It's not in the ethos of the culture, pumpkin pie. So I can't find it anywhere. I've been here since 2013. No pumpkin pie. So arrivederci, sayonara, buenas noches, hasta luego, moshi moshi.